Hashtag trending is made possible by the generous support of Zoho Canada, a unique and powerful software suite to transform the way you work. Designed for businesses of all sizes, built by a company that values your privacy. Visit them at zoho.com. Forget recall, Microsoft is already tracking you since Windows 10. Adobe says they must see your projects or you can't use Photoshop. Apple stock surges with a new AI strategy, and more from the X-Files. The Musk is out there. These stories and more on this WTF edition of Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Forget Recall, the new Microsoft app that tracks everything you do on your PC. What most people don't know, including me until I read this morning, is that Microsoft is already tracking everything you do. So if you're concerned about Microsoft's recently announced feature tracking all your computing activities, you might want to check your existing Windows privacy settings. It turns out that Windows 10 and 11 already include an activity history feature that logs much of what you do on your PC. The tracking was originally implemented for the Windows 10 timeline feature, which provided a view of your recent activities across devices. But even though timeline was removed in Windows 11, activity tracking remains enabled by default. Now, while the tracked data doesn't get synced to Microsoft servers, it's still there and most users don't even know about it. There are instructions in the show notes about how to shut this off if you're into that. According to Windows Central, disabling activity history should have no negative impact, considering it's not available in Windows 11. So whether you're concerned about Copilot surveillance or just value your digital privacy, checking this Windows setting is a simple step to keep your activities to yourself. And here's another surprise. Sam Santella, who described himself as a concept artist and founder of Songhorn Studios, posted a tweet that he sent to @Adobe and @Photoshop, which said, "So am I reading this right? I can't use Photoshop unless I'm okay with you having full access to anything I create with it, including NDA work?" I was skeptical, but attached was a copy of a paragraph from Photoshop's new terms and conditions. I'm going to excerpt some of this, but you can check the exact full paragraph in the show note. Our access to your content. We may access, view, or listen to your content through both automated and manual methods. For example, in order to provide services and software, we may need to access, view, or listen to your content, respond to feedback or support requests, detect, prevent, or otherwise address fraud, security, legal, or technical issues, and enforce the terms as further set forth in Section 4.1 below. And Section 4.1 says, our automated systems may analyze your content in Creative Cloud customer fonts using techniques such as machine learning in order to improve our services and software and the user experience. Information on how Adobe uses machine learning can be found here, blah, blah, blah. As I said, I've included the entirety of the text in the show notes. Full warning, I have not had time myself before going to air to find the exact copy of the license agreement and read those lines for myself. I'm taking Sam at his word in what he's posted, but this does appear to be a screenshot of an actual license. And from the X-Files, 3 stories today about Elon Musk. First, he's pushing back on his board to increase his compensation plan. Musk is demanding a mix of cash and stock amounting to more than $50 billion. And if he doesn't get it, he's threatening to place his attention elsewhere. And he could do that. Obviously, if he follows the money, he won't be focusing on Twitter, at least as a moneymaker. But one analyst speculated he could focus more on SpaceX and taking that public, and that might generate billions of dollars. In other Musk news, Axios reports that he has dropped his lawsuit against OpenAI. He gave no reason for this. But one analyst speculated he could focus more on SpaceX and taking that public, which could generate a great deal of money, and it might get him out from under the production problems that Tesla's had. In other Musk news, Axios reports that he's dropped his lawsuit against OpenAI. He has no reason for this, but the trove of emails that has been released seems to indicate that Musk supported the company's direction that he now criticizes, and that might have something to do with it, especially since OpenAI was scheduled to have a motion to dismiss the suit, and maybe Musk thought he might lose that. Who knows? But don't worry, Elon has found something else to get upset about. His latest feud is with Apple and its new alliance with OpenAI. Musk has had a burr under his saddle with Apple since they paused advertising in Twitter X when Musk endorsed an anti-Semitic post. But when Apple started working with OpenAI, Elon took off the gloves and launched a blistering set of tweets claiming that this new offering will be a privacy nightmare and that if Apple integrates OpenAI at the OS level, then Apple devices will be banned at my companies. That is an unacceptable security violation. And it's not just employees. Visitors will have to check their Apple devices at the door where they will be stored in a Faraday cage. Now, some speculate that Elon is upset because he's developing his own AI to compete with OpenAI. Others claim he's truly worried about privacy. Now, if that's true, it's a new direction for Elon, as Reuters reported just last year that Tesla employees were spying on customers using the car's many cameras. You never know what to think with Elon, but the truth is out there. And speaking of Apple, what a difference a day makes. And aren't you supposed to buy on rumors and sell on facts? We commented on the fact that Apple stock dropped with the initial reveal of its rumors about its Worldwide Developers Conference launch and the integration of OpenAI into its products. And then, after the announcement, the stock did a big turnaround and hit a new all-time high, closing up 7.3% higher after the company unveiled its latest AI strategy. Why? Well, analysts note that the new AI capabilities like improved Siri and advanced image processing are exclusive to Apple's highest-end iPhones. Older stuff will be obsolete if you want AI, including all those iPhones bought during COVID. This could drive up to 20% of iPhone's revenue growth for Apple over the next 2 years as users rush to upgrade for access to the AI features. And analysts talk about how Apple's control over both hardware and software allows it to create exclusive user experiences. What they don't often say is that it allows them to create demand for newer hardware. And that is our show for today. Hashtag Trending goes to air 5 days a week with a daily news show and a weekend interview show we call the Weekend Edition. Show notes are at technewsday.ca or .com, either one works. And we love your comments. Contact me at editorial@technewsday.ca. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a thrilling Thursday.